welcome back to KC's Nation. So, we're out in the woods today. I know it's a shocker, finally got out here to do stuff. We're going to do just kind of a bushcraft uh, day trip, or kind of just get out in the woods and test the new equipment I have. So I don't know if we're going to do any crafting. We might just use what I have to make a fire and cook us some lunch and whatnot. Right now I'm in a bamboo forest. It's not really that. It's kind of just maybe a quarter acre's worth of bamboo that sprung up along this service road here. You can see the main road's up there. There's cars passing by. And looking to head deep into the woods here. See, this is an old service road here. And I can't tell what I'm looking at on camera unless I'm holding the camera like this, because I'm using an iPhone to shoot this with. I figured I'd try something. I worked on building a new camera rig and I like it, but I don't know, I'm still just trying to get used to it. This back patch of woods behind our neighborhood is really pretty. There's a pond right there that you know, it's kind of filling up with leaves and tree debris. I'd be surprised in about 15 years if that thing there wasn't nothing but just like a swampy, muddy area, because I'd come back here years ago when I was younger and it was a lot bigger and it looked like a lot deeper. It doesn't look that deep because there's a bank of leaves there, there's a tree hanging in over there. But anyhow, we're going to follow this service road for a little bit, then we're going to walk up into the woods, and then I'm thinking about maybe going a little deeper than I haven't ever before, because I've been in this whole area plenty of times. I know everything up here and where everything is pretty much at, but trying to think of where I should go. If I should go to my normal spots or go even deeper than that. I don't know. What do you guys think? You guys want to go deep in or go see where I normally go? Which, it's all new to y'all. Y'all hadn't never seen where I normally go, so I think for the sake of the video, we'll just go where I normally go. That way, if I get lost, I don't have to make a last will and testament with this camera here. So, we'll go that way. So up behind me here is where we're gonna get and go, just up down this bank here, back up the hill. And then there's a little bit of a ravine. This whole area is kind of washed out from years ago, water. I don't know exactly what, or if it's backfill that's sunk and washed out. I think that's more likely what it is it's backfill, because a lot of these trees aren't super old, and a lot of them are grown on top or down in the bottom of the areas that are kind of washed out. None of them are kind of buried and then pushed in. So we're gonna go up in here, and I've got a little spot set up back here. Hopefully ain't nobody been back here and messed with it. If so, I mean, I can fix it up. Wind's blowing just a little bit today, so I'm gonna have to keep everything kind of contained, I guess you could say. That way the fire doesn't get out of hand, because this area back here just recently burned, and I had nothing to do with it. I mean, it had been 3 years since I'd been back here, and last, I think, summer, it had burned a little bit. It was a smoldering wildfire, and as you can see when we get up there, some things are charred, some things are not, but yeah. So let me get up this hill and we'll set up camp, I guess you could say. Alright, so we're here at the little spot we usually make camp at and mess around with. Usually when I come out here, I've got a couple other people with me, and I'm not intended on making videos. Out here with my friends having fun. But for today, it turned out to be an alright day. So I figured I'd come out here, try out my new camera rig, and start actually making videos again, because I hadn't done that in a while. And I know I've promised I'd do it, and I always fall through on it. But you know, life gets in the way. So I don't know if you can tell on the camera, but there's an old oil drum here. Well, parts of old oil drums. There's actually two there. One that's been flattened out to make the backside, and etc. I don't think I'm going to use that, just because it's good for if you want a fire to get warm by, to stand by and keep it contained. But it rained probably 5 to 6 inches yesterday. Everything's pretty much wet unless it was up off the ground. So I'm going to pull that out and just use the spot where it's at to cook all my dinner and stuff, just because I think it'll be easier. I don't have to continuously reach into the pot to get my stuff out, worry about cutting myself or burning my hands on something. So so I'm gonna set the pack down. What I got in this pack, I'll do an elaborate video of everything I packed in this thing after I get done with the trip, but it's just an Alice pack. Some things I know I have in here. I've got my food. I've got Gransfors Bruks small 4-stack. I have a Gorilla folding saw, and then I have a Sven Saw red-handled collapsible saw. I'm gonna try that out because I have never messed with it yet. And I've got a couple other cameras in case that one there dies, and I've got some eating utensils. I've got plenty of water, and a couple other odds and ends. I mean, I packed it for a day trip. I packed it before I come out here, so it's not let's go bug out, let's go survive in the woods for 2 nights, and etc. This is for tonight, or excuse me, for today and today only. If I get into trouble, I'm within cell phone range. I got my phone on me, and I'm literally just a stone's throw. Well, I'm not a stone's throw from the house, but I'm maybe a 10-minute walk from the house, so I'm not in too much particular danger. And all my brother and his friend, they both know where I'm at when I tell them I'm at this spot. So if I need help, they can come and get it to me. And my brother is a firefighter, and so is his friend's dad. So they know exactly how to take care of a situation if I get stuck at this moment. So enough of that. I'm gonna turn y'all off for a minute. I'm gonna clean up around the campsite a bit, and we'll break out some of the stuff out of the pack and start processing wood. So this is Sven Saw. It's simple and affordable. I'd like to have one of those, I think it's a Benelli maybe? It's a folding saw. Basically you just unfold it, but this is the next best thing in my book. Got for Christmas, so can't knock that it was free. It wasn't free, but basically you just take it apart and insert the blade. You put the bar in through the end here, then you insert the bolt for the blade here. You got a wing nut that you have to keep up with. That's the only downside of it. And then you just tighten it to where it's tight. We're good to go cut some stuff. So I'm gonna go collect some wood. I've got some here. I don't know how dry it is since it did rain recently. We'll find out. And I've got some things as long as I start the fire and get the small stuff started good, it should work itself to drying that out. So let me go ahead and do that, and we'll keep on going with that. There's a tree off in the distance that's making some noises with the wind. I guess it's leaning up against another one, and every time it makes a noise, I have to go and go, huh, what made that noise? But I know what's making it. So anyhow, I'm gonna go collect some wood, cut it up, get it ready, and then I'll show you some other odds and ends. Right. So I've got y'all propped up on this tree here. If you fall, not much I can do for y'all, I'm sorry. It's dead standing wood. The top of it's wet, but I'm hoping that underneath it'll be a little dry. We'll try cutting off the top of this and see if I can't get it for some firewood. So. Let's see, that should do. Tighten the blade up right. Top of that's kind of dry, wet. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to use that. But anyhow, that's how the saw works. It does all right. It's not the greatest in the world, but it's a real simple and easy, small, collapsible buck saw. So I like it. It's not too bad. Still trying to work out the kinks, so I guess I need to saw this way, not this way. It doesn't really matter, but if you put your hand here as opposed to here, you can get more of a draw with the blade, because you're not going to be bumping your fist into it. And I didn't bump my fist into it, but subconsciously you want to cut. You end up cutting small strokes when you could be cutting longer strokes. So I had to strip some layers. Doing all that hard work cutting wood got me hot. So got my Gransfors Bruks small 4 stacks here. We'll split up some of these logs and get them ready to go in the fire. Make sure you put your sheets up. I've lost one out there. Still ain't found it. Not the Gransfors Bruks though. One I made for something. Which I don't even know where the hatchet is now, to be honest. Been a while since I've done this. Part of this log's wet too, so it doesn't help. I'm gonna take and I'm not gonna burn that until the fire's real hot. There we go. Found a baton of sorts. You know when things just don't go as planned, how this is. Need to work on building batons. That's in there. See if we can't chop it the other way. Nope. Not right there. cutting it. Need to baton that. That'll split. Almost. Rest up from this side. It'll stay. It's just all kinds of. Come on, split. There we go. Like butter. Doesn't help if some of this wood's rotten. It's been dead standing for a while, but I've been cutting wood off of that tree there for some good time, and it's burned all right. This one's got a knot in it, so it probably don't want to split the way I want it to. Ideally, I kind of cut these a little too long for splitting with this, but the way that I'm going to cut that with the saw. But the way I had to cut it off the tree had to be strategic, like, or the tree would fall on me, because it was caught in between about 3 trees, and the end, which what I wanted, because it was the best, I guess you could say, was what was supporting it. So I had to cut it strategic, like, so it wouldn't roll on me, and etc. So if I wanted to expend the extra energy, I could take and cut them and cut one about that size in half, but it takes too much time. I can just simply do this. I know that was improper handling of an axe. Didn't even two-hand it. There we go, that's a good hit. Can't get that one again. Right on the money. Problem is the end of a tree always has probably the most knots, so not wanting to play nice. Alright, I've got enough here to start a fire with, Then I can lay this log here on top of it. We'll cut y'all off. I'm gonna go do that, set up the fire, start it, and yeah. There's the Gransfors Bruks. Alright, so I've got the barrel set up a little bit. I turned it around because it was open over here, and that'll help prevent the fire from accidentally spreading. It shouldn't, since it's real muddy around here. And I'm hoping once I get it started, it'll dry some of this mud up. But I got dryer lint. I got a little bit of birch bark I found on the way in. That's the cool thing about here in North Carolina. You can find birch bark or that flaky style bark that just falls off the trees. I'm not too familiar with the other types of barks that do that, but you know what they are, those of y'all that are out there watching. I'm gonna take and feather that up a little bit. I've got a little magnesium flint fire starter here. We'll use it in conjunction with this El Cheapo M-Tech knife. I'll take and put a couple shavings down in that just so it'll start a little better. I'd like to get the camera in here a little closer, but it's just hard for me to work as it is right in here. And so maybe next time. Oh shit. There we go. There we go. Some of this birch bark in there. Ahead of myself here. Let's see. Make a little mini feather stick. Some of these twigs, when they're damp, have a harder time starting. They're not. This one's not even damp, and it's dried out dead wood, but they're just temperamental. going to try this again. I think I smothered it. Well, I know I smothered it. I overdid it. It was burning good, and then it went out. So, let's try this again. Luckily, I didn't use all the dryer lint. Alright, just move out of the way. Went good the first time. Alright. I know y'all don't want to see me do it, so I'm going to turn y'all off. I've got a lighter. I'm going to use it. Can't get it to catch for some reason. I don't need it to smolder all my dryer lint up, so. It's all about survival. Use what you got. I got matches. I got a lighter. I'm gonna use it. Need these smaller sticks. That's what it is. I ended up I didn't organize my pile of tinder to start it right. I had it organized, but when I grabbed it, I grabbed everything and messed it up, so we'll get it started this time. Oh man, don't tell me I'm out of lighter fluid. We might end up having to do this the hard way. Here's a valuable lesson, alright? This is why you carry backups, because if I was in a survival situation and this is all I had, I'd be pretty much, I wouldn't be screwed because there's a flint in here, but this isn't lighting, so my backup would be what I'd used first time, would be that flint fire steel. And I have some matches. I'm going to use those because I know they'll work. But don't put all your faith in one tool. Alright, got it going. I just stacked up a lot of the stuff I split, the chunks and stuff that come off. Stacked them up kind of around the twig fire because some of it's a little wet, some of it's not. And I might open it up just a little bit so it'll breathe some, but it's going all right for right now. So I'll get back to you when I get it good and hot and ready, and then we'll start cooking on it. All right, hope you can see me. So got the fire going now. We'll work on getting my pot together. I got a Stanley adventure cup, whatever you want to call it. We're gonna make ramen noodles, and we're gonna have ramen noodles, chicken flavored, and potted meat with saltine crackers. So, keeping an eye on that fire. It's been kind of hard to get going right. It finally started to catch real good. The wood was a little wetter than I thought it was. But you give it time, take care of it. catch eventually.
Alright, so in the midst of me cooking my noodles and whatnot, the main camera I was using died, and so I tried using my GoPros. My GoPros had battery in them, but the something was wrong with them. So I don't know what was wrong with it. They wouldn't never record. I think I've got to reformat the cards or something. It's been a while since I've used them. Last time I used them, it was on that kayak video. So I'm sitting here enjoying my noodles. I'm probably gonna cut the end of this video out here just because I gotta clean up, I gotta put the fire out, I gotta take and put everything up, then trek out of here. So yeah, so here's what the campsite looks like. There's my Allen's pack, there's the jacket I took off. I still hadn't put my tools up. I'm kind of lazy in that regard, but anyhow, there's the fire, there's my noodles. This has been Casey's Nation. We'll see you in the next one.